Hello, hello. Welcome to Body Church. I am Dr. Liz Letchford. I'm so excited for you to be here. We are going to be going through a gorgeous Sunday service today. It'll be about 30 minutes, and you'll have an opportunity to learn the breath movement practice that really helps you access any parts of you that you felt like, whether it's a physical pain, an emotional heaviness, an energetic draw on your system. This is a practice that really helps you without even needing a story, really helps you access and, most importantly, move that. So I am coming to you live from gorgeous London, England. I just moved here 4 days ago now, so I'm also a little bit jet lagged. So we're going to be waiting for about 5 after the hour for people to come in. As you're getting ready for this practice, you're gonna want a mat. I'm sitting in a chair because I haven't quite set up my studio set up here in London. So we're working on that. I'm sitting on a chair. You can totally do this sitting down. You can do this on the floor. I really recommend a big space to be able to move around and really stretch. So if you have a yoga mat or a rug, I recommend, if you have a yoga mat, actually putting it in a cross design, like an X, so that you can really stretch out. If you have two yoga mats, rather. Okay, if you're here, please do write a note in the chat. I am excited for you to be here. Let's see. And in about 2 minutes, we'll get started. Let's see. Alrighty. So take a moment and breathe deeply into your body. We are gonna get started here in just a moment. All right. Okay, please, if you are here, give me a little chitty chat. Hello, everyone. All right. So Body Church is a place where all of your parts are welcome. It is the practice that really helped me get out of this, we'll call it body chaos. I had access as a sensitive body. I had access to all of the sensations of my body experiencing or having repressed stories, and we can call it trauma or memories in the body. And they say the body keeps the score. And the more that I dig into the body, that I allow my body to express, I think I speak on behalf of all bodies, that the body is tired of keeping score and it's ready to dance. And so this practice really teaches you how to dance with the stories that are imprinted in your body, but it's not forever. It's not a doom and gloom situation. It's, if we can make beauty, if we can tell the story, then your body's no longer heavy. And so I found that I was so heavy and burdened because my body was full of stories. And so as I started dancing that out, it felt almost in the beginning like I was being danced versus actually being in control. So this breath practice gave me an opportunity to, even in the blind, even in the chaos of, I don't know, my body just needs to do this, it's just shaking or it's just tensing or it really has this desire, how I could actually work with that and dance with that in order to find freedom. And so that's what I bring you here today. So welcome to Body Church. It is so lovely to have you here. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Kai. Hi, Cindy. And hello, Haley from Tennessee. All right, we're gonna get started here. So why don't you take a moment and really, we're gonna start, why don't you connect inward? What do I mean by that? I mean, take a moment, we connect outward a lot of the day. We are looking at what other people are wearing, what they're doing, what they think about us, what our environment is. And so Can we just take a moment to just be with the breath? So as you inhale, can you feel the sensation of your lungs stretching open? And as you exhale, almost like you're blowing out a candle, can you feel the wind, the breath on your lips? And that's all you need to focus on right now. Feeling the inhale, stretch of the lungs. And now bring your awareness to your hips. If you're seated, give a subtle wiggle left and right and feel the shift of the weight from one sit bone to the other. And just notice if you can kind of trace the sit bones with the weight of your body. If at any time you have any questions, or if you find yourself in a situation where you're feeling like your thoughts or your body is in a loop pattern, where you can't get out of this thought or you can't get out of this movement, please send me a message here in the chat if you're live. And if you're watching this afterwards, you can always send me a message here as well. We're going to go in today into the memories of the past that are living in your body, but this is not therapy. We're putting no story or attachment to the story here. This is simply what is in your nervous system in the present moment. So our goal is to stay present. And so as we're starting to get deeper and deeper into the present moment now, it's really important for you to be really considerate of your body. Often with any sort of work that we're doing to remember ourselves, we can go all the way in at the expense of our nervous system, and what that does is it shakes us off, and our nervous system has to really recover because we've expanded too deeply. So you'll feel this today. We're going to go slow. We're going to go so slow. And so you'll be able to meet all the parts of you that are unwilling to slow down to the pace that your body needs in order to tell its story. And so on this next breath, I want you to breathe in even more slowly. And really feel it. Same on the exhale. Really be with the sensation, and you'll notice any thoughts coming up around, am I going slow enough? Or is that, what if I run out of breath? All those thoughts are just noise. And if you're able to tap into that breath sensation, stay with it and go deeper into it. See if you can expand your sense awareness of the feeling of your breath. This practice is all about feeling. So right now we're getting you into the present moment. Next, I'm going to teach you the breath practice that will hold us through this whole day. And then we're going to go on a journey, about 25-minute journey. I'll be speaking in some poetry. I'll be guiding your body, and it will be a beautiful dance, an invitation to dance with your body, in a new kind of dance that your nervous system and your fascia craves. So bring your awareness now to your spine. When I bring my awareness somewhere, I almost imagine I'm in that body part. Like if I could shrink myself down and kind of like be in that body part. And sometimes I even, in my mind's eye, visualize, for example, the spine. If you bring awareness to your spine right now, I sometimes visualize each bone of the spine, and almost like I'm painting my awareness around it. I start low. So it's not just like spine, general, stick, straight up and down. I start at the bottom, and I, with my sensation, start to paint my awareness up each vertebra. So why don't you try that right now? Hello, everybody. I am not sure if. Let me know if you are still watching. I just saw it was paused. Let me know if we're still going. So, bringing your awareness up your spine, breathing in space around that spine. And see if you can start to move the body in small circles. Starting at the base of that spine and then along with your awareness, moving it up all the way to your neck. So see if you can be patient with your body, breathing in one vertebra at a time. When we get in our head, our imagination is so incredible that we can make up stories and worries. And if we're not actually in our bodies, meaning sensing our bodies, then those stories, those fake stories, will actually take hold and start to move our body. It's not even real most of the time. It's real in the sense that you're feeling it, but we get to tell our bodies new stories. But we have to honor the stories that live there currently. All right. Now let's get into the breath practice. So I'm going to teach you in 3 parts. The first part is very simply a long inhale in through your nose all the way to full, and then all the way exhale through your mouth, all the way to empty. So we're trying to find this pace of a full stretched inhale in through your nose that doesn't leave you grasping for air, and it also doesn't leave you lightheaded. So you're going to find this pace where you can really just hang comfortably, inhale all the way and exhale all the way. And I mean all the way, really squeeze that air out. You know, most practices have you take a big, deep breath. So continue to practice that breath right now. But the one thing that I noticed was if we just take a big, deep breath in without honoring why it's hard to breathe, why there might be some tension in the breath, or acknowledging the body, we're missing out on one of the main reasons why we even have stress in the first place. And so the next part of this breath is a noticing again, a sense awareness of the sensation in the breath. What you're feeling for as you breathe in is almost like if a straw was getting smaller and smaller and smaller, or like as you were breathing in, it was getting thicker and thicker and thicker. There's a tension field that arises in your breath experience. So as you breathe in through your nose, see if you can sense, oh yeah, it gets harder and harder and harder to inhale. And same on the exhale. It gets harder and harder, and I really have to push on the exhale. What are you pushing through? At the very end, you're resisting the tissues in your body, your lung capacity. You're experiencing the squeeze of the muscles, but there should be no resistance in the middle. There's no anatomical resistance as you inhale on your way to full capacity. And same on the exhale. So what is the resistance that you feel? We call it the tension field, and it's actually a measure of how not in presence you are. So the more you feel that like tension in the breath, you know, when it's hard to breathe, I can't get a full breath of air. That's your tension field, and that's just, okay, well, some part of your body is actually in the past. It's worried about the future, it's remembering something from the past, and it's actually not in the present moment. So we're going to work with that now. And so as you're inhaling through the tension field, we don't want to just stay still. Because then what we're doing is we're saying, ooh, I'm aware that there's a memory of the past, but I'm not going to let my body tell me what it is. I'm going to just stay really still. And so when we're doing our seated meditations, that's for stilling the mind. But we're at a place now, we need to drop into our bodies and find stillness in our body as well. If we want to be healthy, happy, if we want to have our souls and our bodies really meet and dance together. And so what we're going to do here, I'll show you. But the essence of it is we're allowing the body's intelligence to start to wake up, using the tension and saying, okay, I'm blind here, but I do notice there's something. What is this? And then holding out your hand to your body and saying, show me. Please, will you show me what you remember? And so as you breathe in through the tension field, you're going to be accessing or invoking your body intelligence, and it looks something like this. So as you breathe into the tension field, and you're going to watch me do it, I'm going to meet that tension with tension in my physical body. So it's going to feel like that first stretch you take in the morning where it's kind of like, ooh, there's like a tense stretch. Ooh, and you might feel some spirals. Your arms might move asymmetrically. Your legs might move. So I'm going to show you what's present in my body right now, which is probably a lot, after moving across the country. So I'm going to show you 2 breaths, what is present in my body. I'm going to start standing. And so that, feels so good. It feels so good to let that move. So now it's your turn. I would love for you to, try that now on your own. And so what you're doing is, as you inhale, you're starting to meet the tension with tension in your body, and your body might make these shapes that you've historically given stories to, and you're gonna watch, the mind's gonna be like, what is my body remembering? And it could simply be remembering a movie that startled you, but you were just sitting there eating popcorn and your body never got to actually process it. And so we don't have to make meaning of these shapes, just let your body do the dance. If there are any questions about how to access this, your body naturally does that. It does this in order to unwind if we let it. But we're so distracted, we've been taught to sit still. And so this is a way to scaffold in order to awaken and strengthen your body intelligence to be able to do this on your own. If there are no questions, then we're gonna begin with a bit of a journey. And so you can continue that breath practice throughout this entire experience. Please let me know how the audio is, if it's at all distracting. I'm gonna need your help letting me know. So throughout this experience, as you continue to inhale, exhale, and start slowly, even slower than you think, almost like you're carving yourself out of clay. You're really, every little movement is simply your body remembering itself in space. It's almost like you know when you get a new phone and you have to, or any sort of GPS, like Google GPS, they're taking photographs of everything around it so that it knows where it is. That's what we're doing with your body. Except with your eyes closed, your sense awareness of your body's position, we call it proprioception, it is what's taking the photo. So more slowly you go with the fine-tuned movements and you let the body remember itself, you're getting a high definition capture. You're more in your body. Now, throughout this process, I'm going to be speaking a little poetry. I invite you to allow the words to move you, meaning let the sounds move you versus the actual meanings of the words. If, for whatever reason, the words really tickle your brain, they provoke something in you, good. Let that move your body. Let that spark the emotion, almost like watching a movie that touches you. I'm going to be storytelling through poetry. Poetry is cool because it keeps your brain in presence. Because we're always kind of waiting for the next, what is the rhyme going to be? And your brain's staying there. So this is my way of keeping your brain in presence while we're trying to pull your body back into presence. So it's full body, mind, breath alignment in the present moment. Full inhales all the way in and all the way out. Really go slow. When do you get to go slow in your life? Let your body just soften into presence. As long as you're listening, you can dance. So invite your body into this beautiful dance. Only I know what it feels like to sit into this body every single night. Only I know who I am. And I have to go to every land that ever hurt this body. The blood of my ancestors lives in me. So when we tune in to the stories we see, gorgeous details, and they all want to be seen. So let's set sail. Imagine you're watching yourself on a screen, allowing the body to move like you have nothing to prove. Trust in your groove. Stay with that breath all the way in through your nose. And exhale. Make some space in your body with your breath. And experience your particular dance as just that. As you're moving, you're dancing. So let the dance move you. Imagine you're watching yourself like you're on a stage. And so you can create a spotlight onto your rage. You can take back that night. You can get engaged. You can, anything you want, let it play. These things, they haunt us every day. And when others taunt us, we hear what they say and it resonates because we've been saying that. But it's time to lay all the story down because this is your act. So tighten your fists and stretch your back. And allow those sips of air to show you how much really lives in there. Touch the part of you that you're afraid to bear. Make a sound if you need to, like, I don't care. Me too. I've been there. I see you. I feel scared when I can't see through the fog. I know. And so the body gets clogged up with and so we have to let that be seen. And you don't have to do it in front of a screen. You're being clued into the things unseen that are dancing your skin. And so bring in the clean air. And as you breathe, pull it from where? Maybe the trees. They clean it for us. So can you connect to the nature outside of us? And can you feel the ecosystem? And can you trust that we are connected to a system that'll turn us to dust if we don't listen? Now, bring in your arms across your chest. And it doesn't matter how you're dressed. Just shatter all the preconceived notions that you had about patterns and father and pater and dad. We're bringing in the archetype of father now. Breathe it in. We've all had stories with our own personal relationship with the father archetype. We were birthed into the world with the help of a father. And some of us didn't have a dad. Sure, we were created, but didn't have that archetype, or we had an upside down imprint in our nervous system of father. And so the sound that your body wants to make is important. So let it shake. Ugh. Disgust. It makes us squirm. And just like the worm in the dirt, if you cut off our head, it doesn't hurt. Because we were in bed and he went to work. We were upset because we fell down and got hurt. And we weren't met. And so we went berserk. But we had to stay quiet. And so inside is a riot that is wanting to be seen. And you try to diet. You watch on a screen. You date people that fit those places in between, you finding you. It's all a dream. But when your body can only dream as high as that person that was so mean, and oh, but the guy, and we don't understand why we can't get out of our cage. Because we need to shout, we need to rage, we need to let it out. So what do you say? Let go of the doubt, because today is your day. You can find out what happens when you play bad dad. You can find out what happens when you give yourself everything you lacked. You lagged behind. You were attacked. You were blind. And so was he. And so let me remind you that you have a father to see. It's the sky. It's everything that holds. So why do we feel that a father is old man in the sky? We look up and say, you're above me. Why? You have a father within, and he lives in your skin, and he looks like you. So can you feel what you can do when the real father stands up? You gotta stand in your power. You gotta protect the flowers. You can resurrect the Father in you. There is an archetypal imprint that wants to come through. So invent it here now. What does the good Father do? You're proud of you. I love you. I'll protect you. Let me knuckle rub you. I elect you the father of me. I don't need to hurt you in order to let me be, because I respect. I So let your body move, and maybe you cry, maybe you ask why, maybe you die and come back to life right now as the sky, looking down and saying, I got you, baby. So make a sound. And maybe you can drive around town and say, look at my baby. My father's a clown. And I've been taught to behave all my life. So I dated a lot of clowns, but I gave up my life because I felt that missing link. You feel like me, but I was on the brink of danger. So I needed to feel the anger that I had towards the Earth Father, my dad. I hurt, but he did too. Because he was birthed to a father too, who didn't understand, and also his old man. And you look down the family line, and who's gonna start loving it this time? So make art with your story. You get to dance it into glory. You are your ancestors' wildest dreams, funniest fantasies. So come back for the dance. Take your time and wrap your hands around you. You don't need another man to tell you who your father is, because he's in you. And you find it like this. When your arms are strong enough to hold you, it hits. So let your body strengthen. The pater is the pattern. But when we think that patterns are scary, when we think that daddy is scary, and carries a lot of anger, we don't want to get stronger because our body literally feels like danger. We can heal that. And so you gotta go slow, meeting yourself where you are. Allow the breath to slow even deeper, even slower motions. Own the movements. So as you're moving, see if you can connect your hand through the back of your body, through the front of your body, through your hips, all the way down into your legs. Feel the ground. Feel how it protects, it connects everything. Make a sound, make a sigh. And then open your eyes. You went on a journey into and through the eyes of the Father in you. He is wise, he is powerful, and he wants to come through. And when the tower falls of everything that you thought was Father, you call on you. And then you offers you some insight as to how to find that, protector. And you'll fight it. And you'll feel it in your body and you'll say, I don't know if I can trust it. And that is the dance. That is the art that you create. That is Body Church. That's why we meet here. So today we met the Father. I hope you feel a little bit more clear. Take a big deep breath and let's come back in. Sometimes when we meet these pieces of us, we can say, the nervous system can say, what just happened? That's why it's really important to stay with that breath practice. So if you feel really open, I want you to grab yourself around or place hand, if that feels too constricting, place a hand on your chest and feel the pressure. Place a hand on your belly and feel the pressure. This says, I've got you. So can you feel your body receiving the hands? And now can you feel the hands pressing? Can you feel both? We're all made up of parts. So right now I can feel my daddy Liz, the great protector, the holder, holding all of me. And when we can find that within ourselves, we don't have this addictive behavior in relationships. We're not fiending for someone to hold us, weeping at night because no one's holding us. And at the same time, our nervous system needs the imprint. So that's where community comes in. That's why it's really important to get touch from people who carry that imprint of safety, whether it's mother, father, inner child, inner little girl, inner little boy, king, queen, whatever the archetype is. Today we talked about father. And so finding humans who have found in their nervous system safe father. We will be erotically attracted to the opposite of that. Why? Because our body's desire will directly connect us to those things that are intended to make us feel and heal this. So we will be erotically attracted or creatively attracted to what feels familiar. And maybe not even into our bodies, but to our mother's father, our father's father's body. And 7 generations back, that imprint still remains. We're in a different time now, but our behavior is still ancient. And the way to temper that, the way to look at that, and actually put our North Star on bliss in the body instead of just safety, is this practice. Is your devotion to really saying, all right, I'm noticing this desire, but does my body really want that? Is my breath guiding me there? Or is just my erotic nature driving me there? Or my mind making up stories? This is a way to really grab the steering wheel of your body and your life. So thank you for joining me here at Body Church. Please let me know if you have any questions in the chat. It's so good to have you here. For those of you who are members, we're going to be meeting in the Zoom room that is in the membership right after this. So as soon as we get off here, I'm going to meet you in the Zoom room. We're going to have a little integration, a little discussion. You'll get a chance to ask me questions. For those of you that are curious about the Body Church membership, you get access after these classes to actually have a conversation with a gorgeous, amazing community of people who are all interested in really going deep and meeting themselves and doing it beautifully and irreverently and it's the promise to themselves of, I'll dance with you. In this lifetime, I will dance with you. And so thank you for being here today. If you're curious about that, you can visit bodychurch.com/membership and you can find out more about the membership. Currently, it's $33 a month and you get access to all recorded content from when we first started, as well as online courses that are coming and access to me after class. So this is Sunday service. Thank you for being here. We will be, there's an evolution to this experience that I'm really excited to bring forward to you. So thank you for dancing with yourself and allowing my dance to guide you. So I will see you next week. We're here every Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. London time, and I will see you next week. Thank you all so much.